pretty awkward.
Alright, and lbrande and Imperia are ready, so here we go, jumping into game.
Both with Dragon Orb and Yax. They, they know what's currently trending in Imperia.
Oh my god, and Imperia has the dragon card back.
Uh,
I can't tell if
right.
lbrande has the dragon card back.
And they even have the same finger on the pulse on the meta, red mid-range versus yellow archers. Do you... Okay, so Imperia full capped. I might have mulliganed an archer, like, you really want to see Kaleem and Archer, but you want to see all of
I
them with
think
no spells.
I think as
Oh,
both
okay.
players I would have full kept.
Okay. Interesting. So it's Red Rush. Well, that makes Imperia's hand a little less good.
Well, you say it's red rush, but lbrande could know Imperia starting
Yeah.
with yellow at this point if any of Imperia's previous matches were showcased on another stream, or if lbrande was talking with any of the players that Imperia went up against. And mid-range red as an option can certainly rush a yellow player, especially when you are second player with Axe Grinder.
That's fair. Where would you land as Imperia? This,
I think
this,
I would do the same and then develop Kaleem.
yeah, it's fallen out of favor a bit recently, but I actually like Imperia's land opening mostly because of Doomdrake, but I actually really like it here. Like Doomdrake wouldn't be too big a problem, so yeah.
Right.
And
Now,
then
lbrand's going to pass on developing the Axe Grinder because Kaleem could fly to either side, collect, kill it. So it kind of makes sense. Though,
I actually
how are you dealing with Kaleem now that you haven't killed it? I guess Cypher's Firebomb and then play Axe Grinder?
you do. Yeah, that's going to be a problem. Because you're right, the axe grinder could have eventually killed it. The archer in front's cool. So it wouldn't have got a line on anything if it was behind. So next turn is when bomb slingers can start coming out. Okay, so he ciphers firebomb. You're probably right that he's just rushing with a mid-range list then. Firebomb it's a little unusual in mid-range, which is why we were going on about it earlier, but it's very unusual in
So,
rush.
I mean, lbrande had a really good choice there between developing it on the right or the left. If he develops it on the right, then a flash wind backwards and campfire means the archer can shoot it
Mm.
without having to make lands. But if he has an event now for the charger like campfire, he can scoot up on the lands already there and collect trade.
That, yeah, campfire
So
would wreck
is
him either way, I think.
yeah, is just campfire alone, this play is worse to it, and just flash wind alone isn't enough for archer. So I think I would have played it on the right, but there's certainly merit to playing it on the left.
Yeah, I don't mind either, really. Interesting double land there. So he's setting up. I guess it's going to take him 2 turns where he's not allowed to draw, but afterwards he gets quite good land positioning. Speaking of lands, Imperia double landed, which was the natural extension of the fact he double deserted forwards, and it's sort of punishing him now because he's got this champion that's so far away. It's just like pick pick what you want to work and what you want to. Okay, well he's gonna have to desert 3 times now. There's nothing for it. But yeah, like the double desert forwards, it was pretty good. It forces the opponent to commit to one side. Like look how many lands the Brand has had to make and how bad his positioning on these 2 mountains are. So it definitely gave him some advantages. But yeah, as mentioned, it really sucks now. Like if he was 1 turn closer to champion, he would be so happy.
Yeah. What do you think out of the choking sands? I don't know if you've already covered that. Choking sands in yellow control
I
and Doomdrake, both of these are kind of tech cards. Doomdrake you see a bit more commonly nowadays, but choking sand is pretty rare.
I like doing with push effects. I'm not as keen on choking sands, and the reason is pretty much what you're seeing here. It's terrible in this matchup. Because the only target it has here is Silent Horsemaster and um Outland Ranger.
Falcon dive. Rocking the
Yeah,
Falcon dives. If he finds one
yeah,
more, it's going to be insane.
yeah, 2 Falcon dice would be good
Though,
here, but
I
you can't
think,
dig. You have to just champion.
yeah, I think he wants to find his champion
But
despite Soul
where
Drain, Wind Soldier. Like, all of those were good options, so maybe it was just high enough that it was worth doing it, but
where do you put the champion? So you're playing the second champion, so maybe that means you want to place the champion somewhere that you can end up northeast of his fight. That doesn't. You
um,
need to finish by killing something. So
yeah,
think you have to start on the left. Yeah, that would work. So you start there, you go all the way up, and then you fly down.
yeah,
And if you can't kill anything, it means they didn't play anything.
yeah, that seems the best to me. Windborn Champion is such a really cool card because you have all of these different options of where do you put it? How do you best set up collecting? Um,
Mm. That was a
Putting
sick
it
draw.
here is just worse than putting it here because if it's here, no matter what, you get to collect trade, but now you're giving him the option to trade.
Yeah, I think if you were gonna put it there, it would have been better in front of face because that kind of um like that stops the 5-2 scooting over, then playing a 6-4 and sort of having this open pathway to hit. But I think I would have personally played it on the wells. Just it's so mobile that it's a bit of a shame to play it within range of enemy creatures.
Maybe he's
To make
saying if he
it better.
takes 5, he's just going to lose due to the ever stream of creatures coming from the mountain. So he's
Which
saying, hey, if he
admittedly,
trades, maybe I can actually come back.
I
And
mean, admittedly, taking 5 is bad. He goes
yeah,
to 8, which pretty much means he has to kill every single other creature for the rest of the game. Because, yeah, if you go to 3, I don't think LeBron's played a Flame Burst yet, but chances are they're going to draw Flame Burst before you can actually finish them. Interesting. So he's denying the collection. I like that a lot.
yeah, now that he doesn't have the push, it's not like he can do our play like we were talking about before. Now he's
Yeah,
hoping to just scoot down, collect, and kill off anything that gets played.
I think it would have been nice for him if he could. I mean, he couldn't do, but if it was northeast once, there was a pretty good chance he could have double collected and killed something. Um,
Now you just have to draw, right?
yeah, you have to draw.
You
And
need to
what are you
find Soul
looking
Drain.
for? So yeah, Soul Drain would be sick.
I mean,
I mean,
okay, technically you could +1 Last Nightmare in trade, and you full clear, but
yeah,
you're
in that
losing doing that.
I like Outland Ranger Campfire, kill the 5-2, take 6, and just hope you can draw 2 Soul Drains before they can draw a Flame Burst. I think every other line is like even lower chance.
Yeah, I think I liked your line more than this, even though
I don't even know
LeBrand actually
it's
drew the Flame
not.
Spitter for lethal if he had gone with
Yeah,
your line.
yeah,
But I still think on average your line lines up better. But this is really cool. So LeBrand has put in Flame Spitter as his tech card to mid-range red. And
yeah.
I think he had knowledge of the matchup, which is why he went aggressive, because we didn't see anything like Keen's Faithfuls to suggest that he's more of an aggro version than normal.
No, I agree. This is definitely a mid-range red list that he decided he wanted to rush with, which is, I mean, it's quite a good decision often. Like Archer has a lot of um a lot of problems if you just sit on top of their archers. In fact, both so one archer got flame bursted. Okay, so he has played a flame burst, but the other archer ended up just dealing 1 damage to an axe grinder, which is insanely better value than dealing with archers by getting pincushion. Um, so yeah,
This almost looked close, and then I realized that he had the Flame Spitter, and now he has the Ground Shaker to +1.
yeah.
Though I think I would have Flame Spitter hate seeded anyway.
Why? Isn't this just better?
I don't know if it is better, because if you had the 2/2 here, paying it off, develop the hate seed here, you still set up lethal. The only way he stops your lethal is he body blocks, but you have Firebomb.
Uh, Whereas what he's so now he's if he
I
has
guess
soul drain,
campfire on this means he could kill it and
yeah, he could
survive,
have
but
just
then the
gone.
2/2
Yeah,
hits in. Maybe
I just prefer
maybe
the
I'm
ground
wrong.
shaker on the basis that it's pretty much the same stats, but the hate seed's getting discounted and the ground shaker isn't.
Yeah, yeah. Never mind. I'm just wrong.
That was a nice play by
Imperia.
yeah. He's still very far behind, but
In fact, that's lethal. So LeBron's gonna take game one.
gotta confess, when I saw that play, I was like, oh, that's really good. Now he can flame burst the Outland Ranger. And they win.
Wow. Save the firebomb, you know? I can use the 3 mana instead of the 4. Okay, so
Uh,
Imperia had yellow to start. What do you think he's gonna opt into to beat this mid-range red?
so he played yellow into it. You know what? I'm gonna go with what's been happening so far and say he's gonna play mid-range red into mid-range red. No one seems to be too comfortable with other counters.
Yeah, I think what I did in the ESL is I main decked blue because I actually wanted to run into red. But from what I've seen from most people is they say they don't like playing blue against red. So I wonder if that's just a feeling that most people have that they just don't like doing blue against red.
I mean, it's definitely not an easy matchup. Like, if you let red suck you into a just sort of attrition-based battle, I think blue normally loses. So I can see why people don't like it.
This is interesting. So Imperia's playing probably a burn deck?
Yeah, this isn't red. This isn't mid-range red.
Well,
But I was right. I was right about red. Just putting that out there.
it could be mid-range red. I don't know if you saw the very, very beginning iterations of my mid-range red where I ran Brigands and I ran Volcanic Colossus.
The only beginning iteration I remember is the one where you ran cartographer.
That was the best iteration yet. I need to go back to that.
So lbrande has one of those orc without gatherers. So I don't know. Like people seem to be doing okay with matches. Like I guess when you don't have gatherers, you normally have removal. So as long as you can line it up correctly, it's not too bad. I wonder what Imperia does here. He can just kill the ground shaker, but he could also
I
play a
think
break into a bloodsinger.
this is tough because I can see LeBrand has Flame Burst.
Yeah.
I think I would normally just Firebomb Ciphers because you want to deny him that collect, and you both collecting is a greedy play because you assume he doesn't have any removal. So I think I would have opted into Firebomb Ciphers, but
You can also play both creatures, which I kind of like. Um, I mean, if he is red burn, I'm surprised Imperia went up the same side. I think
I don't
I
I don't think you can play
sorry, I
both
mean
creatures because you fear the opponent having Horsemaster.
no, you fear the opponent having Horsemaster. Imperia doesn't give a. Um,
That's true.
does seem that way. But yeah, like, if he'd gone to both sides, I kind of would have like, oh my
Meteor!
goodness, a meteor. Okay, well, screw what I was saying. This is much more important. We have a meteor in our tournament, ladies and gentlemen. So
Alright.
not going to be too good yet, which is perhaps the fate of most meteors.
I
But
think I think
it's there.
Imperia wanted to go for the best tech card award. Uh, I don't think anyone can beat that. How do you beat Meteor as a tech card?
Again, I'm
That's
just
just
saying,
next level.
if someone had Aurora's Dream tech into blue, I'd consider that. You know, I'm not saying it is a better tech card, but I'm saying I would strongly consider is that a better tech card.
Dude, there's no greater card than Meteor. Oh wait, there's Krog. Frick.
Yeah. It's
Okay,
interesting that Imperial
it's
lands there. I
close.
think I would have drawn 100% and just gone, "Alright, please, you know, the base god, give me a 3 mana gatherer." But so he's cut off potential bomb singers later, but I think he's just well, he's got a bomb singer, so maybe he's fine.
I kinda like the double landing actually. Because
Okay.
I think you do want to stop your opponent from getting an aggressive mountain to drop something. And this spot isn't too bad, though he does need to make a mountain to touch it, otherwise he's defeated the point of double landing. Because if your opponent's going to be summoning from this spot and you don't have a mountain touching it, what was the point of blocking? Because it's just going to step forward anyway.
Yeah. So this is actually going better for Imperia than I thought it would. It looked pretty bad, but I guess the fact that Underground Brigand did 2 damage for one mana to the Ground Shaker was actually like these games are sort of very nice point where a couple of mana here and there can completely change the tide since everyone's playing like everyone plays all their lands on top of each other so they can't summon safely.
Yeah. Well, we're not at the point yet where lbrande is able to play these super efficient hate seeds or super buffed fireburners. So we'll see a bit more how favored lbrande becomes as these cards get discounted. And funny enough, the burn player is on less life than the rush player, or the mid-range player.
That was an interesting land. Is he really going for a fast meteor, or is he just... Because I think there was no way the opponent could reach it that turn, so I'm not sure why he didn't wait and just draw.
Okay, so you bomb slinger every time here, right?
Yeah,
You don't
100%.
flamespitter ciphers?
No way.
I mean,
You just...
if your opponent has ciphers wrath, you'd rather your flamespitter gets ciphered. And
I think
bomb
that-
slinger can deal with 4 life creatures?
I just think I want to opt in for this bomb slinger. Well, okay. I'm not him.
I'm just
Yeah,
trying to figure out
bomb
what is the bomb slinger body doing that's better than a 2/2 body?
It contests everything that could be played there, and it also gave you better follow-up against opposing bomb slinger. Because most of the things played is like, sort of 3/2, 4/3, etc. Like everything dies to a bomb slinger. Holy crap, the bomb slinger was. +1 from Imperia. Okay.
It's the +1
I mean-
battle.
Yeah. I mean, it's again an interesting choice, and it's a hard choice because his hand isn't very good, but it's not too very good because it's expensive. So you can either draw and hope for cheaper cards, or +1 in the hope you can actually play your expensive cards.
Dude, he's
And-
taking this to fatigue. He is going to fatigue him and destroy his lands.
I mean, he's got to Garrett in. Oh, not quite. Okay, almost got to Garrett in. But, oh my goodness. There's so much AoE. You have to draw here, though, surely.
I don't think we're going to see Imperia draw at all. I think he's going to +1 every turn.
He's already 2 cards down.
Oh, alright, he drew.
And he got Axe Grinder, and it's really nice now because it can't get
Bomb slingered.
bomb slinger. Yeah.
Here comes the
Okay.
double hate seed. The swing.
Yeah, this is the big power play from the Bond. All this time he's just been going even, and pretty much no one's got any collects going. And now suddenly he has 2 gatherers for 2 mana. Oh my
Well,
goodness.
I want to draw a card, but I also want to double land so he doesn't get aggressive lands. I think I prefer drawing, though.
I think. I mean. Yeah, I like drawing just because that's so bad, but I mean, in a sense, if you land block everything, maybe eventually he has to play into the AoE.
Oh,
So
ground shaker.
What?
Look, it's something to get excited over. It doesn't matter yet.
Uh-huh.
It's what Imperia wants.
Yeah. I mean, Imperia would be thrilled if he ground shaked this. You draw for it. Draw.
You draw for ground shaker.
But you have to Firestorm this turn, right? Like, not every turn you don't Firestorm, it's a turn the opponent quad collects.
Your opponent's going into 9 Feria. Ah, but you're so low on cards as well that you're not winning the fatigue battle either. I don't know how you can win this as Imperia. Like, what line can you see where he possibly wins?
He 14s the opponent with burn.
But then he should wait to Bloodstained or Firestorm, because if burning is his way of winning, he should wait.
Or maybe burning is his way of winning, but you can't like give the opponent 4 mana. I mean, I think the 11 cards isn't actually too big a deal. Like, I think he probably has 14 points of damage in his deck. The problem is he's just so far behind because his opponent played 2 4/5s for 1. And you like letting the opponent quad collect kind of just exacerbates that.
No! The ground shaker 1 turn late.
Oh my god. This would have pretty much just been an even game, right? Like,
If the ground shaker came down, yeah,
yeah.
it would have been tied for
Oh,
sure.
that's really sad. Imperia, I am so sorry.
We feel your pain. Slight
So if it,
misplay with the draw last. He just lost the ability to ground shaker ciphers.
mm,
One of those points where you're winning by so much, you're like, yeah, I'll kill this, I'll draw a card.
yeah. I think this is one of the reasons why mono red burn fell off. Like mono red burn is it's infuriating, but it's quite fair. Like all of its cards say, deal 1 damage for 1 mana, other than Bomb Slinger, which is sort of bullshit. But what I'm getting at here is Bomb Slinger, as bullshit as it is, isn't the same level as ridiculousness as say Soul Eater, say Gabriel Archon, say Hate Seeds. So you just kind of get outscaled by these other decks that
Yeah,
are getting way more than 1 mana worth of value per mana spent.
I mean, having burn existing, or sometimes showing up in tournaments, is one of the reasons why you don't see green yellow sack as high up as it is. Because green yellow
Yeah.
sack just kills itself.
Oh yeah,
So, like, burn has its place, certainly. But you're right. When you get to the point where blue decks, you should be able to destroy blue decks as burn. When they're able to beat you 50-50 or even favored, you
no,
got a
it's way
problem
bigger.
with burn.
I think the yellow red burn deck is a lot faster with good draws, so I think it has sort of more potential because it actually just kills a lot of these unfair decks before they do too much. But yeah, the mono red burn deck, it's just a very slow deck. It doesn't, yeah. Um, and the sack one's interesting. I think sack is favored as long as the red player never draws a Bloodsinger, but the opponent normally draws the Bloodsinger. The problem.
The thought
Is
of
this?
Fire Elemental or Axe Grinder. I think I would Axe Grinder, but I understand Fire Ele.
Uh, so Imperia, that's a 5/5, right?
Yes, the Ground Shaker is a 5/5.
So, man, that Dragon Wing is actually quite annoying. Um, so what's Imperia's best? Like, so if he firestorms again,
Yeah, I
yeah,
mean, I
just
think Firestorm was the best. It's just,
not really enough.
yeah. It's, I mean, I guess he was drawing for Flame Burst, or no, not even Outland Ranger works. I was
I
surprised he
don't,
didn't just +1 Pest.
I don't mind it too much because he knew he could play the Axe Grinder, and he still has at least one Flame Burst in his deck to draw for. But yeah, now it looks pretty bad because he has these test strands in his hand.
Oh, I think I would have +1 Pest, but maybe that's how your opponent slowly comes back. They like ciphers it, and
Yeah,
then they ciphers your next creature, and then they double Flame Burst face for lethal.
yeah, I think that's how the opponent comes back. Okay, well, no, it's like,
Alright,
yeah, that was kind of a lock. Like, it's not just you die to Flame Burst, it's
both
that
on
if you
5
ever
cards
play.
left.
Yep.
That went longer than I expected it to be for a burn